Islam, Dewayne Byfield-Bey. How are you? I hope well. I'm Rhonda Arrington-Bey. This would be considered the 5th or 6th day that I've texted those that's in the North American National Republic as I claim to be your wife, and let them know that that's what I'm doing on Twitter. I texted National Grand Sheik Friday and let him know. So giving an opportunity to be corrected lawfully. One of the things today is August the, hold on one second. August the 26th. August the 26th, 2018. I'm going to give you a few things I experienced. Let's see. Now, as an awakening soul, a more soul, awakening more, and on this journey of, we already reclaim our nationality, but on the physical plane, there are different steps that we have to take to continue to keep ourselves free from bondage, where we as Moorish Americans can navigate upon this earth without different added attacks spiritually. So some of the things that we must do, I've learned, Dewayne Byfield-Bey, is accept our ancestral name, which our ancestral name, my son Imani Gray -Bey, Bey is Bey. My name is Rhonda Arrington-Bey, B-E-Y. But before I did this, before I knew about the ancestral name, I had a son whose name is Abbas Malik Bey, B-E-Y-E. His father is from Senegal. When I met his father, I had no idea about the ancestral name of Bey here in this landmass in North America, or the House Resolution 75, 1933, that states lawfully about us being able, inhabitants of this landmass, to carry our ancestral name of Il, Bey, or Ali. So this is lawful. This is not something made up out of the blue. That is recognized lawfully in this country. So one of the things we have to do, I have learned by studying under Moorish American National Republic, is alert different government agencies of our change in status. As we have claimed our nationality, which is Moorish American, because African Black Negro, African American Black Negro is not a nationality. White is not a nationality. So next thing, by doing that and navigating the earth with our ancestral names of Bey or Il or Ali, we have to correct our state IDs, our social security cards, our birth certificates, our passports. These are different forms of keeping our different forms and aspects of healing, so and protection that we as Moorish Americans must do on the physical plane, so that we can continue to navigate without the additional spiritual attacks, help and promote the healing of Mother Earth and the universe by raising our thoughts and vibrations. It helps us stay attuned to the highest self, Allah. Now I'm gonna it's 4 minutes and 12 seconds. So what I'm gonna do is go back. I remember this is before my son Abbas Malik Bey, Dewayne Byfield-Bey, is staying with me right now. Okay, he is I remember, because I noticed telepathically, because we are among a telepathic community, those around us that have accepted this science that calls masses to be telepathic, that Imani Gray -Bey, my oldest son, and I, Rhonda Arrington-Bey, have openly rejected. We don't want the science because we have many reasons to not want something that is artificially created and that is connected to bondage. Okay? The earth was made in love. Love is connected to freedom, and we as divine souls with the attunement towards Allah, the higher self, which promotes no violence, not causing harm, and freedom. Intuitively, soulfully, spiritually, do not want this science that is artificially created, that is connected to bondage. So, about a month ago, between July the 1st and July the 24th, Dewayne Byfield-Bey, I was reading your tweets. It was on a Saturday, and I could tell some of the tweets was correlating to my thoughts. And I was like, oh, he's, I felt good because I felt, we were sort of there in thoughts. Then all of a sudden I saw a tweet by this lady, Maryam Hasnay, Maryam Hasnaa. Sometimes she don't show her whole face. She only showed the bottom part of her face. She don't show her whole face on your Twitter site. And sometimes those around will start saying that's peace, or imply that that's your wife, or the one, or I should say the one that's living with you. But she had, well, I if I can remember correctly, it was under her tweet, and she wasn't showing her face, but there was this shirt that said F-U-C-K boy. F-U-C-K boy. And this is between July of 2018, the 1st, and July the 31st of 2018. And I was like, why did she tweet that? Then all of a sudden I saw within the next maybe 10 minutes or whatever, I saw a line of tweets. So that tweet that she did is sort of like a line of tweets are covering up, just tweet food or whatever, just tweets from whatever, it was sort of, the tweet looked very threatening, or like it's like F-U-C-K boy on a shirt, it was a white shirt with black letters. Okay, so I didn't understand, because I've seen this different tweets similar to that, in that energy, that spirit from her, especially when I'm correlating to different tweets with you, Dewayne Byfield-Bey. So my son Abbas Malik Bey, maybe within August, the first week of August, I started communicating with him about coming to stay with me. Okay. That was important. So I agreed to that. Spiritually, I didn't understand. I have gained knowledge about how spirits are able to attack the mind, causing. And Bass was 14 years old when he left me to go live in New York with his father. He came back. He's now 19. I'm in Annapolis, Maryland. Okay. And when I sent him to New York, Dewayne Byfield-Bey, as you know, he did not. I didn't know of the different unclean spirits we were among, and the capabilities that they have, and nor did I have understanding of how they are used to invade the sacred grove, the mental plane, to possess, to use souls, such as awakening souls, to attack their genitals, spiritual prostitution, spiritual rape, spiritual molestation, cause acts of harm, stealing. They use terroristic acts, because remember, having understanding that awakening souls who are not knowledgeable of what they are among, and not only that, are not in their proper status. Okay, Abraham Lincoln says in the Gettysburg Address, he speaks of the war, and Abraham Lincoln, in initial Emancipation Proclamation, speaks of war. This is a spiritual and physical war, okay, that we are among. So and so I knew. So when I sent Abbas Malik Bey at 14 years old to New York, he was not spiritually or mentally protected. because we didn't know he needed to be spiritually and mentally protected from certain things, especially to the degree that we are among, or to the extent of unclean spirits that we are among. You know, those that say brother, 3, many times imply to be connected to the United States Naval Authority, the Army. So different aspects of unclean spirits, different connections. You know, many unclean spirits being used, and the goal, I can see a connection to the invasion of a soulful mind, and the connection of keeping the vibrations of Mother Earth and the universe at a chaotic energy, spirit. It's a connection. This is because it's not a disconnection. This is definitely connected to the healing, to the disharmony of the vibration of Mother Earth and the universe. The universe within our minds, our spirit souls, and the universe that we look up and you look through a telescope and you see physically. So, getting back, so between July the 2018, July the 1st of 2018, and July the 31st of 2018, I can't remember the date. That's why I'm giving a timeline of when I saw the lady. I think it was her tweet, and I'm pretty sure it was. I tried to pull it up, but I couldn't go but so far on your tweets today. Marianne Hasney, and she had the word F-U-C-K boy on her on a shirt. I don't know if it's her shirt because I couldn't see her face, but many times this particular female don't show her face on your tweets. She only shows the bottom part. And let's see. Let me get back. So today is Sunday. So Friday night, Abbas been with me for about 2 weeks, and because he had been exposed to many different spiritual attacks at such a young age this lifetime, without the protection of knowledge of what he was among, because these unclean spirits use seduction, the undiscipline of your root chakra or your genitals, psychology, many war tactics spiritually, because they know that their time is short and ending, and so they know their goals, and also they know those who portray themselves to be for the healing and uplifting of fallen humanity, or the healing of Mother Earth, the spirit of Mother Earth, because everything is spirit first. That has life, whether it's trees, fire, water, animals, spirit first. Mother Earth is alive. This earth is alive. Spirit, okay? Definitely spirit. So they know who they can rely on, who betray themselves as being something that are not. Okay? Islam. So one of the things I noticed was Friday, I was tweeting, and because I was connecting some dots, and like I said, I posted on YouTube, if I'm not your wife, Dewayne Byfield-Bey, inform the National Grand Sheet, y'all correct me lawfully, all right? And I will not be deceitful in demonstrating I'm your wife, because I don't want to cause harm, because I see causing harm is connected to the lowering of the vibrations, and it's connected to the lowering of my frequency. See, I'm not trying to demonstrate something I'm not. Naturally, I want to heal and be a part of the healing of the spirit of Mother Earth and the universe. And Prophet Noble Drew Ali stated the answer to the problems of the world is, and this is not word from word, is love. Now, to be able to attune to that complexity of that energy of love, I see that you have to have understanding naturally of the purity of truly having that understanding naturally, of not having that desire to cause harm. Seeing how harm, causing harm, is connected to the opposite energy that Allah has created naturally, which involves that wonderful love, that wonderful, magnificent, powerful spirit and energy of love that is complex. And that only, I feel that my ancestors know about it. So when Abbas came to stay with me, I noticed telepathically, he's been with us for about 2 weeks now. It is August the 26th, 2018. I saw spirits who kept saying F-U-C-K boy, sending telepathic message, F-U-C-K boy, F-U-C-K boy. And I didn't understand why. The day that his father brought him to me, telepathically, and telepathy has been proven. So I state this with clear thoughts of sanity. All right? And the Holy Bible speaks of Jesus knowing the thoughts of those that demonstrated to be enemies of Allah. He knew the thoughts. How did he know the thoughts? Okay? And the Holy Bible was made public law in this country in the year of 1982. Okay? So, once again, the day that Mas, which is Abbas' father, came with my son to me, all right, telepathically, I could, hear that this community, or those some unclean spirits, kept saying F-U-C-K boy, F-U-C-K boy. So Friday night, which is a holy night, holy day for us as Hebrew Muslims, we were sitting here, and I started tweeting because I was feeling like, it's been a little strainful on me, and it takes courage and humility to proclaim to be your wife, Dewayne Byfield-Bey. Humility to proclaim to be your wife, and courage, and waiting to see the outcome of what might come on my cell phone, getting a message saying, Sheikh Byfield-Bey said this, or, whatever. But I felt in the spirit of truth, not felt, I know it must be done. It must be done. Because I'm demonstrating who my ancestors are. And my ancestors come from a righteous line. And by me being upfront, showing my face in the light and the dark of who I am, demonstrates who my ancestors were and who I am still today, without doubt or contradiction. So I noticed Friday night, I was tweeting that all of a sudden I saw Abbas, because since he's been here, I can see he's been spiritually attacked. His genitals been spiritually attacked. I could tell he's been spiritually attacked. His mind, he has been invaded to in many departments of his mind, where he's being used as though he does not have a soul, as though he is something else, that one of the soulless that we are among. He started doing different movements with his waist, as though he was having a spiritual moment sexually with something else, and that which is around this room in the American Extended Stay were making noises, males making noise, like they were getting off or being involved in it. Once again, reminding you that when I've seen military men, I'm not saying that they are, but they've been dressed like they were connected to either the Army or the Naval Authority here. So Bass is 19. So when he first came here, his muscles were locking up, and I could tell he was he was being controlled by something, being attacked spiritually. Now this is in front of me, and I can only imagine what he's gone through these 5 years, being away from me, what he experienced. And then he started gyrating that night, Friday night, in front of us. Like he was being possessed to do so. So I went to sleep. Imani Gray-Bey and I prayed over, he prayed over his brother. I prayed over my son. When I woke up the next morning, I remember seeing a yellow bus driving in front of American Extended Stay through my window. And once again, a telepathic message, usually the Black, Negro, African Americans driving that bus in the mornings, many times when I'm walking to earn money, as I correct my status as a Moorish American. Many times I work at Burger King, as you know. The school buses, a school bus would drive by, and so this morning, that next morning, which was Saturday morning, a bus drove by, and I heard a telepathic message saying "Fuck boy." So this is my testimony according to Revelations chapter 12, verse 10 and 11. I'm going to read that right now. And once again, I found it odd, yes, I'm being straight up, that between July the 1st, 2018, July the 31st, 2018, if I remember correct, it had her name. I leave room for error, and I don't know who she is. Mary Yam Hasna, and see, Abbas came here from New York. So and Dewayne Byfield-Bey, as far as I know, you still live in New York. So I thought it was odd, and had "Fuck boy" on her shirt. That day, it was on a Saturday, which I have been off on Saturdays, and I felt like it was good because I felt like we were tuning through thoughts. Just, I'm like ready to tweet the information and feeling good. So once again, this is Revelations chapter 12, verse 10 of the Holy Bible, which was made public law in the year of 1982. In this country, northwest of Mexico, or North America. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, "Now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto death." I'm giving testimony. "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens," this is chapter 12, "and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he hath but a short time." Islam. It's August 26, 2018, Dewayne Byfield-Bey, and as of today, I have not received a call from the National Grand Sheet saying please stop using Byfield-Bey's name or picture stating that you is his wife. So I uphold my vows regardless whether he did or would or not in a righteous manner and I uphold my vows through divine energies of forgiveness and virtue. Islam.